Hey, how you guys doing, man? This is Share Beer 405, and welcome, man. I'm Joe D, your host, and we've got Barrick, Bum, Mark, and Ruben here with us, actually in the chat, in the room as well. If you would like to join in, you're more than welcome to. We have a live chat that happens. I will put the link in the chat if you want to jump in on video here. My email, if you want to contact me, is jodreviews@gmail.com. Feel free to contact me if you want. If you're some dude that sends spam, then I'll just block you. That's all there is to it. No big deal. Because that's how that works. And I actually, the spam cut down this particular week, so that was cool. But no, I have had people write in and ask questions and stuff, and that's cool. So how's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Doing great.
Since the last show, man, everyone's ready to go here. We got Barrick, what are you drinking today, my friend?
A homebrew.
Oh, a homebrew. That's unusual. Well, which one you having, man?
It's actually this particular one. It's mosaic hops. Two-row is the malt billing. It's bittered with Mount Hood, and it just is slightly off. And I'm not real thrilled about it. I wouldn't give anything. It's good still, but I can tell it's slightly off.
Yeah, it's not quite coming up to your standards. Yeah.
No.
I feel you there. So what's different about it? Is the hop balance a little off? Not quite balanced with the malt real good, or what?
It actually tastes as if it slightly went bad.
Oh.
Slightly. I mean, it's still very drinkable and everything, but there's just this little off. Like when your beer goes bad.
Oh, okay. So it's got that slightly sour taste then.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Kind of a twang, a little bit of a twang to it.
A little bit of a twang. Yeah, yeah. That's I've met her before. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, that was a rough one that day.
But I had just tasted one from the last batch I just bottled a few days ago, and that tastes really good. This batch is just slightly off.
Okay. I'm putting a link in the chat there. Hey, Andrew and Zach. We got Andrew and Zach in the chat so far, man. So, hey, Bum, what are you having, my friend?
I'm going to give a world premiere here, at least as far as Western Pennsylvania. I have some mosaic too, Barrick. This is Rheingeist Brewery from Cincinnati.
Oh, right.
And they just made their way into the Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania area this month, and but on draft only. Their cans are not going to be available in this area until May. So I illegally acquired. Now I had somebody give me a sample that they got, and this is their Mosaic Pale Ale, and I'm about to try this for the first time here. It's kind of cool. They put out some coasters, and it's got their logo on it. But what's very cool is they have the Pittsburgh skyline on the back, and they made these up for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that is.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm about to give canned Rheingeist its possible Western Pennsylvania premiere here.
Oh, dude, you hid the smoke from us, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You bogarted the smoke.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you were that concerned about smoke from cans.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much a given you're gonna get some smoke from a can, but we still want to see it, baby.
I'm sorry.
Don't keep it from us, baby.
I apologize, Joe. Actually, I was trying to keep this away from my keyboard.
Oh yeah, no, I know how that is. Every time I have a beer on here, I'm always cleaning up my actual computer from all the spray.
How's it going, Joe?
All right, man. All right. So what are you getting out of that beer, man?
You know better than to ask me questions like that.
So is it a thumb up or a thumb down?
It's 2 thumbs up.
Oh, right on.
cool.
Yeah. So any
In the
fruitiness?
words of Dave, it's good.
It's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. We've got, let me see here. I can share the screen here really quick. We've got, I think I can at least. Boy, they just you never know what you're going to get from Google here. They can't quite make up their mind. It's a little laggy today too, a little slow. 14 reviews on Beer Advocate, gets an 89, so that's got to be really good there. They have it as an American Pale Ale. Here it is on there. Ooh, love this. Check this out. So I guess there you go. You ought to be yeah. What is that? Blueberries and
It's telling it's telling you that you're supposed to get some blueberries out of this, and
yeah, they're telling you right there.
Looks like blueberries, grapefruit, and orange.
and I don't know if it's like psychological because I read it ahead of time and looking at the picture. I maybe slight, but maybe without the power of suggestion though, I may not have be subtly tasting any blueberries.
Hey, we got JT in the chat as well. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, it's 5.6 ABV and 45 IBUs. Our newest flavor, grenade, in our Power Pale series. Wow, I like that. Okay, series and began our first single hopped pale ale. Kicked off the series of single hop pale ales to not only brew hoppy and seasonable beers, but to further explore the flavor profile of hops and experimental varieties. So, I love the way they did that. I love the way they did that. Wouldn't you say, Mark? That is cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That is pretty cool.
Picture matches the can. I mean, they got the can has the purple, the orange, and the red and the orange, and they got it on the 3 stripes in the can, three stripes in the food.
Did not realize that.
I didn't. Yeah. See, that's awesome. Yeah, I like that, and it's
it's the power of 3. You gotta have an odd number of stuff in a picture, and it's got 3 colors.
Yep.
Yeah.
And their other styles, the cans are designed the same with different colors. So maybe they're all like that. That's pretty neat idea if they're all like that.
That is a good idea. Now on Beer Advocate, you've got 7,800 ratings on here. Gets a 3.81. Man, that's solid.
It's a good rating.
That's absolutely good rating, man. So yeah, that's good, man. I love that. And this looks, you know how I am, man. That looks kind of sexual to me. But in any case, that's just
Joe looked at that and he saw twigs and berries.
Yeah, I saw, that sliced grapefruit is something else as well. So in any case,
With the berries into the grapefruit.
Yeah, sliced pink grapefruit is,
Just saying.
Just saying. So, what do you have, Mark?
This is my starter beer, but I got it's a new one for me. Uinta, that brewery out of Utah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is their golden ale, which is the first time I've had this. I've had other of their beers and been very happy with it, but this is like $6.99 for the 6-pack, so pretty affordable.
Yeah, pretty reasonable. Yeah.
And it's, what is it, 5.5%, something like that. But yeah, it's just a straight up good, 5% straight. Yep, nice golden ale. Not a little bit of floral notes, floral, grassy.
Wow, this is an interesting
carbonation. Nice
so
color.
That one's they have this as a golden ale. So that, I imagine that one's just is it kind of sweet, Mark? Is it just all kind of?
It's got a little bit of sweetness, not overly sweet, but yeah.
Okay, you'll see what I'm getting at here because it's 5% with 12 IBUs.
Yeah.
And they even label it as Golden Ale is a year-round refresher with medium body and crisp, bready, malt-forward taste. So yeah, I mean you expect that with those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
It's, just kind of a good lawnmower beer, just a good fishing beer.
Yep. It's an all-day kind of beer.
It's an all-day. Right. Yeah. So that's cool. Allowing a hint of sweetness in the finish. Yeah. So that's and so I imagine though it still probably smells pretty good though. It has a good nose to it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's got grassy floral on the nose.
The only thing that's annoying is this, man. Look at this, man. Look, what are they doing here? But at least it's a yes or no.
It's an
I like
easy one.
that.
It's
I
an
like
easy
that. Yeah, because we're beer guys, man. We can only handle so much. You're like, oh, I have to think of my age? What? That gets harder to do. You know what I'm saying? Every year it's a little bit harder, right? And you're like, the more you have to, and then there comes a point where we're not getting too much more on their website, but it's cool. I love the they have two different cans.
Looks like they rotate cans. Yeah, this is the one with Yosemite half dome on the label. Looks like they had Yellowstone there.
So that gets tricky, because you have your mouse and then you're scrolling, right? And then it comes to a point where you're like, I used to just scroll once. Now I got to scroll twice to get to the year. What's that all about?
Oh, man.
You're like, I used to be able to scroll down once. Now I got to scroll down again. You sons of, what are you trying to do to me here? So give me a yes or a no at least. Don't make me feel bad about myself, dude. You know what I'm saying? Or I won't buy the beer.
Yeah, buys the beer.
Yeah. Hey, Ruben, what do you have, my friend?
I just opened up a Double Falcon Double IPA from Triple Cross Brewing.
Wow,
it's in Virginia somewhere. My buddy gave me this can. I'm pretty sure it's a New England style double IPA from the color. And it is an incredible beer. Super juicy. It's like orange juice, pineapple, mango on the aroma, and the taste just finishes with it perfectly. And it has a nice hot bitterness that a lot of those New England style IPAs don't have, which kind of adds nice balance to it for me.
You said Triple Cross?
Yeah, Triple Cross Brewing Double Falcon.
Okay.
Double IPA. It's a 16-ounce can.
Oh, it is? Okay, so
which is kind of cool. And, it's just like a standard plain can, and they must have just slapped a sticker on the front. I think it's a smaller brewery. I guess my buddies that went down to the brewery, they said it's like right next door to the new Stone location in Richmond. It's like right down the road. So
that one, what? Let's see here. Now they don't have an IBU listed here on Untapped, but 2,700 reviews, 191 this month, and 4.13. Man, that's solid. So far, the beers in the silver can with the freaking label on it have damn good ratings.
Yeah, it's a really good beer. I mean, really good.
It's almost like you know what it seems like to me, just from looking on the outside in, is the more money you're putting into the darn can, you're not putting into the beer. You know what I'm saying? The more money you're putting into the beer, you don't have money for the can, and I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
It's a pretty beer. I mean, it is cloudy and juicy and hazy. It's a nice looking one. They date right on the bottom, which is great. So even for a small brewery, they date their stuff. Good for them.
They still date it, huh? What kind of are they putting a born on or expired?
Yeah, no, it's canned on date.
Canned on. Okay, that's fine.
So it's 2/23/2017. So it's
That's the born on date then.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's perfectly fine right there. And
went to I just looked on the bottom, and Uinta does the same thing. They have a best buy date of 6/14 on this one. So yeah.
Oh, okay, that is good. Yeah. So this says it's a fierce mix that combines to create a pungent floral citrus, rind, resin, aroma, and flavor. Wow.
Yeah. It is an incredibly good beer. Really well done.
Good, man. I love the color and everything. That looks good.
My buddies who went down are like total beer snobs, and they went down to go to like Vale Brewing and stuff that are really hyped up. They said this was their favorite find of the trip, so that was kind of cool. Just a small brewery down the road, you know.
Yeah.
So I was really happy for them.
Those are good times too. That's like that one brewery down here that I've been digging, man. They've been. I love finds like that. You know, they're great.
Yeah.
Hey Tom, we haven't seen you in a little while, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. How you guys doing?
All right.
Good, Tom.
What are you having, my friend?
I am drinking Weird and Gilly by Single Cut Brewing.
Weird and
Out of
Gully?
I think Weird and Gilly.
Oh, Gilly. Okay.
I think they're out of Queens, New York. They brew some really impressive stuff.
At the IPA?
Yeah, it's just like how Ruben had. It's more like a New England IPA,
Okay.
cloudy.
Oh yeah.
Man, horrible lighting in here, huh?
No, you're all right. All right. Yeah. Wow, that beer looks super light. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that
looks like-
true to the? Are you getting is it slightly darker in person, or is what we're seeing pretty accurate?
No, it's actually pretty light. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty light beer. Cloudy but light. I don't know if that's what you're getting.
Yeah. It looks like real, like almost like a wheat beer, like a half.
Yeah, it does. That looks really light. Yeah, but
It looks
very
like orange juice.
very cloudy though, so there must be a lot of flavor in that bad boy.
Yeah, it's a really good brew. It's really delicious. It comes up with a lot of grapefruit, a lot of citrus. Very dry on the finish. Good stuff.
Now, let's see. So, is it who makes that beer? What's the brewery?
Single Cut.
Oh, Single Cut. Okay, all right. Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. All right.
They're
yeah,
probably one of my favorite breweries, to be honest.
I'm on. Okay, here we go. I was on the wrong. Yeah, I found. So what are you getting from that, man? Sorry about that.
On the nose, I'm getting like a grapefruit. You get like that little bubble gum. Maybe like a juicy fruit.
Okay. Yeah, juicy fruit for sure. Yeah, I see that.
I don't know. I get like you have a smell of beer, and you get like a little, almost smells like flour, like it's like a citrusy flour. I don't know. It's like smoky.
So we got bubblegum and smoke. All right.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Interesting combination.
But kind of, I think I know what he's saying. Like you get that different kind of a scent from an actual flower, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, it's like it's very mouth filling.
Yeah, and the body is pretty nice though.
Yeah, it's like a medium to light, but it's pretty good. It comes in at 6.6, so it's a nice little brew.
It seems very true to what you're actually getting on the nose and what you're actually seeing. It seems like it's actually pretty true to that. So here it is on Untapped, 12,000 ratings on here, 4.12 once again.
Wow.
Single cut. Right.
Some cat from Japan asked us to make a IPA that was juicy and nothing else, so we packed up a pack horse and made it happen. Keep your electric eye on this one. Huh. It's an interesting description.
Yeah.
6.6 ABV, 66 IBUs. This was the other site I was looking at. I guess this is a blog or something, maybe the Hop Masons. But I like the picture that he has on here. That's a pretty decent picture of what he got. Now his description is pretty decent appearance, super hazy orange, copper color, one finger fluffy, pillowy head with good retention and nice lacing. Clean looking label. Okay, man, I want to. The nose, mango, tropical fruit, passion fruit, orange, and lime. Pine and resin come through as well. Really big on the tropical notes in the nose. And then the taste in mouth was some tropical fruit carrying over. but a bit on the toasted cracker and biscuit malt flavors.
Ooh,
Some
sounds
orange
really
pine.
good.
Dude, this guy's good. I like this. Some orange pine. I swear to God, there's no way you're getting all that. I mean, come on. Are you seriously, Tom? Are you getting all that?
He did a better job than I could do.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. He's doing a better job than all of us. This guy's a hell of a pro. Or he just.
It sounds like he copied the BJCP requirements for an IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
you
just
ain't.
went through and checked. Okay, check,
Yeah.
check.
I think he got more than Single Cut did. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, there's a possibility he may have just had the beer a couple times, and each time, say you have a new beer, you don't know what you're getting into for flavor. You got to go back and you got to have a couple more. It's like, okay, we got these flavors here, and then you say you have another one a couple days later, and it's like, oh, I didn't notice that before. Now I do, and it's
Right.
You got different flavors, different angles.
Yeah, you could get those are pounders though, right?
That's a bottle.
Yeah,
isn't
they
it?
16 point. Yeah, it's 16.9.
Also,
A bottle.
okay.
Yeah, it's
cool.
honestly,
So it's a half liter.
they're pretty expensive. This was $7 just for this.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was yeah.
Now Zach's calling that a bargain. So.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, yeah. From where Zach's coming from,
He's
Australia.
calling that a bargain. Now they're weird and now on the Single Cut Beers website, they're saying soft, doughy, and slightly tangy malt lies under bright citrus, round tropical fruit, and mild pine resin hop aromas that underscore the waves of flavor to come. So, yeah, I mean, I trust her. I mean, that guy did a hell of a job. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, come on, man. I mean, I mean, you could only. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying?
I always laugh when people say they're getting oranges and tangerines, as if they can distinguish between the two.
I would say Tangelos. That's what you need. Tangelo.
Yeah.
It's not an orange. It's a Tangelo. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see like sometimes you can definitely taste like an orangey, and you might call it could be a really sweet orange or a tangerine type taste.
But both?
I know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
You can get orange and grapefruit. Those are pretty, but yeah.
They're distinct, I think.
When even the because you can definitely pick out the difference between an orange, a lemon, and a grapefruit. I get that. Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
I
or
mean,
a lime.
Or even a lime, perhaps. The lime. They're probably going to use more rind or something like that. So you're gonna, I can get that. But dear God, I mean, and then I'm not going to break down. I mean, I liked what he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. That's as far as I'll go. Screw it, man. But anyone else that wants to see that was the tops, the hopmasons.com. So more than welcome to check them out.
Oh, look at that! We said $7 cheap beer, and Zach's like, "Oh, I got it."
Yeah, wow.
Zach's here.
Wow, that's a bargain, man. Those Americans, man, they got all the bargains there.
Zach, your ears must have been ringing.
Yeah. See, he's all off kilter, man. He's
half drunk. He's already on the side.
Sideways.
Hey, so Andrew, how you doing, my friend? And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking St. Paul's Finest, and I'm doing just fine.
A big St. Paul's Finest.
I got you. Yeah, he's
holy.
but I did happen to find one thing at a flea market over the weekend. This is my grandfather's railroad pocket watch that he carried around in the 1940s. I had it.
Really?
Fixed. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
I found railroad fob for the railroad that he worked for, the Burlington route.
Oh, okay.
This is also known as the Chicago Burlington Quincy, aka just the Burlington. And I've been looking for one of these watch fobs for quite some time, and this is also where the term pulling time comes from, because railroad crews they would pull the watches out, their watches out, check time before they left the station or the terminal. So if you ever watch like old westerns and stuff, and you see railroad crews setting their watches, that's where that terminology came from.
Yeah, well, you you see them in the old movies, and they're pulling something like looks just like that out of their vest pocket here, and they're checking the time and all that.
Lee Van Cleef and the three spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood would be a good example.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. How old was that again?
Sometime in the 1940s. The watch itself is a 25 joule Waltham, Waltham, and it actually has jewels in it, so hence the term 25 joule. I think it's got rubies inside to set the time.
Oh, cool, man. Right on. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Hey, Zach, so how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Yourself?
All right, man.
All right.
I've seen you in the chat there earlier. What are you having?
Yes. Something that I'm guessing none of you have seen before. There we go.
Melbourne Bitter. Oh, okay.
Looks like
It looks like a red Foster's can.
Yeah, it looks like a Foster's
My
can.
my thoughts exactly, Bum.
Yeah.
Made by the same people. So.
Yeah, I was about to say probably made by the same brewery.
Is that an English bitter? Is that what it is?
No, it's basically just a local, just for this state.
Okay.
And it's your cheap ass. Just
All right. So how much was that cheap ass beer then? That's what we want to know.
Hang on, I can't really turn it. You can turn your heads.
It's like $2.15.
$2 for a cheap ass beer? Holy smokes!
Reduced. Normally $3.20.
Wow. Yeah, he did. He did say, yeah, because it was reduced. Yeah, look at that. Reduced. Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna reduce your wallet is what we're doing.
Looks like a light Pilsner or IPA or something.
It's basically if you think of a beer, just think of the most basics. Beer. This is what it is. It's bitter.
Okay. It's like fizzy yellow water, as we say, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
A lot of people call it cat piss. So.
It almost looks like it has the carbonation of like a cola or something.
Zach, we are going to surprise you, my friend, but that is on Untapped. There's 3,700 ratings on here, 86 in the last 30 days alone, 2.65. So yeah, that's very, very mediocre right there, my friend. Yeah, that is 4.26%. No IBUs. Melbourne's bitter, initial malty notes, fruity aroma, and pleasant body are complemented by the assertive, lingering bitterness of pride and ringwood hops, appealing to those who prefer a more robust beer.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised they call it a bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I noticed, Ruben, is that they do that a lot. Like anything that's kind of like a Budweiser, they're gonna call it bitter. I noticed that.
It's kind of interesting.
And I think they mean bitter as more like just a session beer. I think that's kind of their.
Yeah.
I think that's just kind of their way of saying this is going to be a session beer. Like it's just, you know, just an everyday.
Like a Boddington's kind of thing.
Yeah. So here's right from the brewery. That's what. And food matches: pizza, grilled meats, barbecue, savory pastry. And you know, if you're having any of that and you haven't invited me, then I'm insulted. I'm personally taking offense to that.
It's definitely one of those brews that you just want ice cold, nothing, you know.
Right. Yep. See, that's
Yeah.
that's what I picture from a bitter. Actually, that's what when I hear that word, and it's and of course it's going to be referred to something English or of now something that's Australian or something. That's what I expect. Whoa! What do we got going over there, man? What's happening, Barrick? Well, look at that. Hey, how you doing? Oh, all of a sudden, Barrick's looking better. Look at that.
Yeah.
That makes your taste way better.
Yeah, that makes beer taste better. You bet.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yes.
You bring her fishing with you, Barrick, or not?
Every time I can.
That's good.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff I can do with that.
I could even drive the bus off the road with
Yeah,
that.
that one. The steering wheel came off the bus on that one immediately. I'm not even. Matter of fact, they made a movie about a bus that's that reckless, right?
That was a Leslie Nielsen movie.
I mean, there's movies about buses that are that careless. Yeah, I'm not even going to get on that bus. I'm going to let that one go by and wait for the next bus.
Wait for the next bus.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just waiting on the next bus here. Yeah. No, well, that's cool, man. Yeah, I appreciate you even and to pay like a reduced price of what was it, $2.15 or something like that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine paying that for a Budweiser?
I would never buy beer.
What's a 6-pack for Budweiser? Reduced. Actually, normally 18. What a bargain.
Unless it's $2 for a 6-pack of Budweiser.
No.
These are for a 24-pack. They're $50. So
$50
$50?
4-pack?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Now, see, there we go. I mean, that major respect for people in Australia, because if you're going to get drunk, man, you're committed.
You know what? I tell you what.
You've got to pony up the dollars.
Now, Barrick and many others have been telling me to homebrew. That would get me to homebrew.
That would get me to homebrew easy.
There are a lot of homebrewers, yeah.
You ain't kidding. I would be homebrewing some stuff.
50 cents a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we made an English bitter at my house. I did buy the grain from a brewery, so it was a lot cheaper, but we made it for 9 cents a bottle.
Wow.
An English bitter.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mine
come
averaged
on.
about 50 cents a bottle.
Yeah, 9
I mean, that's an exception because I worked for a brewery, so we got the grain at cost, and then the yeast was free. So,
sure.
I mean, 9 cents. But wow.
Yeah, that is crazy. But so you're having another one, huh? What's up, Bum? What are you having? Thick mint.
I saw that. I saw
Southern Tier, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I had to taste that at the Growler store today.
You had a sample?
I had a sample. Yeah, they had it on tap. I went to the Growler store, but I had a sample.
What style was that again? That's an Imperial what?
Imperial Stout is a dessert beer brewed with chocolate and mint. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm having a beer-gasm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It tasted just like girls, like Thin Mint cookies. You know?
If I had a Thin Mint right now, I would dunk it in this thick mint. Oh, is this great?
Yeah.
I saw this for sale in like 4-packs, and this Southern Tier Blackwater series, anybody who's ever seen it knows how expensive it is. Mm-hmm. And I saw these in single bottles 2 days ago, and it was $5 a bottle. And I said, well, I said, as you know, as much as that is, this may be my only chance to find it in a single bottle. So I bought it, and oh my God, is it good?
Yeah, that's a good price.
Brand new beer, man. That is a brand new beer.
It just came out. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get me. You're gonna get me. See, and I meant to go on the way. Whoops, on the way. Darn it! On the way back from seeing Zach, I meant to stop at Total Wine, and I didn't. I just got lazy, and now I'm regretting it because I'd have picked this up if I'd have saw it.
Usually, you know, when somebody describes a beer as a fill in the blank in a bottle, you know, like a peanut butter cup in a bottle or a whatever in a bottle, it usually doesn't live up to the hype. This is a Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie in a bottle.
Yep, that was my impression. I had like a 1 ounce taster, and I was like, "This is like liquefied Thin Mint cookies."
Oh.
The font almost looks like they borrowed the Thin Mint font from the Girl Scouts.
Now Southern Tier is going to get sued by the Girl Scouts now. That's going to be good.
Yeah, now that's a closer match than the other one that was sued over, you know, not too long ago.
Yeah, the Lagunitas guy.
Now it says that Thin Mint joins our world-class rated Black Water series of dessert beers. They specifically call it dessert beers alongside creme brulee, chocolate orange, salted caramel, and chocolate. In 2017, this Imperial Stout is a mouthfeel full of perfectly balanced mint and chocolate, roasty malts. What is that? What is that word? Coalesce.
Yeah.
Coalesce. Okay, with notes of Belgian dark chocolate, sweet mint, and just a touch of sweet caramel.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Love that, man. Brewed since 2017. You can see that as a brand new beer. 10%. So that's hidden well, then, I assume, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was 10%. And well, I'm looking at the label now. I was looking at the bottling date, March 1st.
Well, you know what?
That's like 3 weeks old. Yeah.
This is my first time, I guess, being on Southern Tier's website, or one of the first times, or been a while. But we went right to this page. There was no age block or nothing.
That's good, yeah.
And look at this description about the beer. I love this. Style. Here's the style. Here's brewed since. All the information you need. ABV, fermentation. Love that.
IBUs. Color,
the effervescence. Look at that. Nose, flavor, bitterness, body. Love this. Serving temperature. Yeah. Love this.
Yeah.
I'm noticing something on the label here, and I have never seen this on a beer label before. Anybody tell me if you've ever seen this on a beer label before, where it gives the ABV. It says, 10% by volume, but underneath it says 20 proof. Has anybody ever seen the proof on a beer label before?
No,
I never have
heard of it.
No. You see Play-Doh, but that's not the same.
Yeah, Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've
never seen proof. That's cool.
Yeah.
No,
that'd be cool. On like they make that Manhattan beer. You ever see that one, Bob?
No.
It's like one of their barrel aged series or whatever, and it's like 17%, but it's based off of Manhattan, the mixed drink. So it'd be cool to see a proof on something like that, just for fun. But that's interesting on that specific beer.
Well, that means they're trying to like a dessert drink. Like a liqueur or something at the end of dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the alcohol is well hidden. I would have eventually noticed it on the label, but had you not mentioned it, Joe, I wouldn't have been aware.
Yeah, that's 10% ABV. Now they had 3,000 ratings on Untapped, and it got a 4.03 bottle caps. And those 3,000 total ratings are all in the last 30 days. So this beer just came out.
Yeah, it just came out this couple weeks ago.
I'll definitely be looking for this one, man. That is something right up my alley. And it says in the description on Untapped, it says inspired by the legendary Girl Scout cookies. So that is definitely what they were shooting for.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. Yeah, that's something that I think all mint cookie fanatics are going to go after.
Yeah.
You know what? And Girl Scout cookies are expensive now. I think they're a full $5 a pack now, aren't they?
They're about that. Yeah.
How many cookies come in it? 12?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I swear to God.
They increase the price and decrease the quantity.
Thin mints are the smallest box.
It depends what flavor you get. If you get like your Samoas, you'll probably get about 12 to 15 a package. But if you get like the peanut butter cookies look like an Oreo, you get 2 sleeves of them.
Yeah, it's pretty. So you got the latest enjoy by there, Ruben? Right on.
Yeah, it's the 420.
Yeah, that's the special. That's
420.
That's the special. That's the special enjoy by. That's they specifically make it for that reason. They make it to be enjoyed by 420. That's the bottle that I think
I really enjoy that they do the 12-ounce bottles now, because they used to just do the bombers, and they were like $10 a piece.
Yeah.
And these are I got this for $15, 12. No, for 6-pack.
I don't remember paying that much for enjoy by.
Well, I do live in Pennsylvania, remember?
That's true.
It's like Australia Light.
Yeah, that's true.
Is anybody else horrible?
Yeah, that's
yes, I am.
Oh, that's for me?
Yeah, your little green, no matter who's talking, your little green, their green lights are coming on and your green lights are coming on too.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no problem. Headphones will fix that. Or sometimes just turning down the volume.
Yeah, I'll just turn the volume down.
Yeah, sometimes turning the volume down will help that quite a bit. At least keeps it to a minimum. So I've got no charge on that. Got a couple interesting questions. Not the best, but a couple interesting questions. So let's say you're I don't know, you're going to buy some pizza, or there's someone playing some music on a street corner, and there's a tip jar. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you you decide, you know what, I'm gonna give this guy a tip, right? There's a tip jar. I'm gonna give him a tip. Do you just grab $1 and throw it in the jar, or do you actually wait till they're watching and then put the $1 in the jar? If you put the $1 in the jar without them seeing it, does it count?
Nope.
That's what I was gonna say.
I know.
I wait until they're looking at me before I put the tip in.
I wait until they're not watching, and then I take $1 from the jar. No, I usually wait until I want them to know I appreciate whatever they're doing, and
I do too. Especially if it's a place I go to, like if I go to and if I go to a place on a regular basis, that way at least they'll after a couple times they'll recognize me.
Right.
And that always helps too.
Give you free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, free stuff.
I don't ask for it, but if they offer me, I'm not afraid to. I'm not ashamed to take it.
Right. Yeah, you always got to make sure they're kind of watching, right? Because if they're not, you're like, I mean, you didn't do it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless the jar is empty, right? If it's empty, then you're like, okay, maybe they turned around if they're playing an instrument, they turned around to do something, tune something, or this way or that way. Then you're like, okay, it could have only been me. I was the only one watching here. I put it in. You know what I'm saying? They see there's $1 in there now, or maybe there was only $1 before. Now there's $2, and you're like, okay, But if it's already kind of semi-full, you're like, oh, I can't, I got to wait till they turn around,
Yeah.
I got to get their attention. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's, what do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I would only be doing it if they were looking at me. So.
Yeah.
I don't even know who it is. Mind you, tipping, as far as tipping in Australia, it's not really such a thing. If it's musical people are busking in that, yes. But as in, a restaurant or anything, we don't really have tipping here. So.
Oh, really? So you go to man, we get something interesting from Zach every week, man.
Yeah.
So okay, let's take the snag for instance. So you go to a snag. That'd be a typical thing over here. That 50% of the time they might or might not have a tip jar, on top of their snag cart. Over here, there'd be like a hot dog cart, and they would have, some of them might have a tip jar on there. Wouldn't be uncommon to see. So there just wouldn't be any of that. Or if you went to a restaurant and you get the you get the ticket after you're done eating, and And so there's no line for you to put a tip there.
No, that like there's no such thing really as tipping. Some places will have it, but the minimum wage kind of the tips kind of included in the actual wages. So the wage isn't as bad as what US is for minimum.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why your beers cost $4. They're actually paying for the tip already, but it's just going into the beer.
Well, I'm gonna have to mute him, man. That's just too loud.
Yeah. What's the minimum wage there? What are they? What's the typical minimum wage? Is it state by state?
No, it's for the most part it's like Australia-wide. It's around, depending on your age, 18 and over. It's normally around the 16 mark, 16 an hour.
Okay.
But then again, you can get screwed over hugely. Like my last job, I was at 19 an hour, and for what I was doing, it was just an absolute joke. So,
wow, this is interesting. Okay, wow, that's crazy. Okay, I tipping is such a large part of going to a restaurant here because the waiters and waitresses they don't get paid junk here.
No, they get what is it? $3.75 or $4.25 an hour, or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was two something. I thought.
Is it still that low? Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's around. It's under $4. I think it's under $4.
It's under $4 an hour.
Wow.
So they're the large percentage of their job is tips.
Yeah.
That's right. But if they don't make up in their tips what is the minimum wage salary, their employer by law has to pay the minimum wage.
Has to equate the minimum wage. Okay. Yeah.
So that's interesting, man, because now that's kind of good to know actually, because
or something. Yeah.
You travel to other countries and it's good to know the customs. I can remember being
on tips here.
Now there's little things like I remember the first time I went on a date when I was in Germany. Over here it's custom to buy like a dozen roses. Now in Germany it was the custom to buy an odd number of roses. Like you couldn't show up with like 6 roses. You had to show up with like 3 or 5 or something like that. It was weird.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? It was just, I don't know if that's still a custom, but that's what I was told when buying flowers. Huh. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
There's these weird little and they're not weird. It's just different customs, right? They're not weird to that country. You're the weird one. You're visiting. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's good to know, man. So like when you're trying to budget for a vacation in Australia, you can just scratch off tips.
You'd be paying a lot more than the US anyway. So
you're paying a lot more anyway, right?
You pay for it at the beginning. You just don't have it. It doesn't get added on at the end.
But it's kind of like an all-inclusive vacation. I kind of dig that. You don't even have to tip or nothing. It's all included, baby. Yeah, he just.
I was going to say before, actually, when you were talking about getting drunk and that on cheap booze. This is one thing I don't know if you've heard. Goon bag. Have you heard of a goon bag before?
Goon bag?
Goon bag?
No.
That is, if you want to get drunk on the cheap, that is one thing that is cheap. Goon bag.
Goon bag.
It's a 4 to 6 liter bag of wine.
Get out! Wine.
Yeah.
Wine.
So like box wine.
Yeah.
No, trust me. We got. Oh, dude, please. You don't even want to go down that road. I would. Yeah, no, there's some cheap ass wine here. That's for sure. Yeah, I think a lot of us have experimented with all the various cheap wines that you can get in this country.
Yeah, I don't have that.
There's lists.
I love that name though, Goon Bag.
Yeah,
there's gotta be something behind that.
Yeah,
I get the bag part because it's a big thing of wine, but where's the goon come from? That's
it gets you gooned.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a drunk that's drinking it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, you'd have to be a goon to drink
straight from the bottle. They don't use a glass.
Yeah. So is that what you call just drunks are called goons? Is that what it is?
Probably.
More the actual native people.
Okay. All right. So
where it
that's
basically
where it comes from.
But
Okay.
then it's just a standard name though for them.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
So what do you call a tourist goon bag?
Sorry?
What do you call a tourist drunk?
Tourist drunk? Is that what you said?
No, I'm
Didn't hear
saying what like you call the people there a goon bag when they're drunk, like natives. What do you call like a tourist drunk? On the same thing.
Well, they're not.
Or is that a thing? Is that a thing?
Not really. It's just the actual like bag itself. That's what we call it. It's not like we don't call someone a goon or anything.
Right? Yeah,
just
it's just
drunk. So
yeah, it's just kind of I understand.
No, they say, "Oh, look at those drunk Americans." That's what they say.
Yeah, the typical drunk American. Look at that. Yeah, that's kind of
Can't
more.
hold their liquor, can't hold their beer.
Yeah,
Those drunk Yanks.
yeah.
We're
oh,
They
Yanks,
can only
right?
make it through half a goon bag.
Yeah,
We can do a
We've
whole
got-
one.
there are many different types of cheap wines. I think we've all had them. What Mad Dog 2020,
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Thunderbird,
Boone's
Big
Farm.
one.
Boone's
Boone's
Farm.
Farm.
Boone's
Wow, I
Farm's
can't
the
believe you guys know
popular
what
one.
Boone's Farm is.
Oh,
I thought that was a Pennsylvania thing.
Oh,
I didn't
Bartles
know.
and James wine coolers, man. Come on.
Oh,
Oh,
bro, you
man, I had no idea. I
you
thought it
have
was
not
always
watched
Pennsylvania.
any sort of
It's like goddamn.
Boys in the Hood or any sort of movie like that at all, have you? No, that's that. When you're in the
seen Boys
hood,
in the
that's what you
Hood,
grow up
but-
with, man. You grow up, man.
Oh, I had no idea.
I think I've been having Boone's Farm and Mad Dog 2020 since I was like 14, 15, man. Are you kidding me?
Isn't Boone's Farm really low in alcohol?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's actually.
I remember when I was a kid in the 70s, that the older kids, they had T-shirts, and that was back in the days of iron-on patches on their T-shirts.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids had iron-ons on their T-shirt with the logo Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill, and I had no clue what that was, but I just knew that I loved that logo. I was like, wow, yeah, cool, Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill, with no clue what it was or what it meant.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, here's the I'll mentioning that. Wow, I have never been to this website before ever.
Sure.
Here we go.
You haven't been there before today.
Today, right?
Yeah.
So here's this is Boone's Farm, Zach, and this is Boone's Farm Fan Club.
Wow.
So here's all the different flavors of Boone's Farm that you can get. And we won't even cover it, but I think the Strawberry Hill is the most popular one. That's the flagship Boone's Farm right there.
Flagship.
I don't quite. Let me see. They don't.
And you notice they for quality they put it in clear glass bottles.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was actually, sorry, what I was going to actually say about the actual, the goon bags and that is the fact that this is what's so kind of fucked about the actual Australian government side of things is that you can get, bag of wine for $10, and you're looking at 45 standard drinks in the bag.
Yeah.
45 to 50 cents for like $10 versus the alcohol for beer is taxed so high that to get the equivalent standard drinks and beer is like $50-$60 minimum.
Yeah.
So it's just really that system's really screwed down.
Well,
I don't know why.
what it does is for people that want to pay for something that's actually halfway decent, they make them pay 10 times as much as somebody that just wants to get drunk really fast.
Yeah.
And they just support
even the cheap beer though.
Yeah.
Even the really disgusting beer, it's still so highly taxed versus
that's
wine.
weird.
It's just
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, here in the U.S., literally the bottom of the barrel beer is what we call 3-2 brew, or the stuff you can pick up at supermarkets and the corner store.
Yeah.
And literally 3.2, that's the alcohol content of that beer. It's not like strong beer or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And it's the same price.
Yep.
It's the same price. Here's a look. This is interesting. This is a little interesting to me since Ruben mentioned it. The Strawberry Hill is the highest alcohol.
Okay.
It's 7.5%, and then all the rest of them from there on are 5%, 4.4%, 4%,
Yeah.
4%. So it looks like Strawberry Hill is actually the strongest of them all, and maybe that's why
that's why all those boozers back in the 70s were
the cheap
Must
drunk.
be.
Yeah.
Because the only time we ever had
it
it was like 3.5%, super low.
So you'd have to drink like a 12-pack Iron City or a bottle of Boone's Farm.
That's the only time
Yeah.
I think I've ever taken like
was-
a bottle to my face is with one of those Boone Farm things.
Yeah,
I guess to a certain group of people, the Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill was the malt liquor of wine. Yeah, man, you drink malt liquor, man, that's gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's no doubt about it. Strawberry Hill back in the day was like part of your culture. Like it was, I know for me growing up in the hood, I didn't grow up in like the nicest place, you know what I'm saying? But it was like that was just part of your culture, man. Like that was just, I mean,
That's
neat. That was like that's what you drank, or you drank something that was of a malt variety. You know what I'm saying?
445 or Boone's Farm, pretty much.
Yeah, it was Colt 45 or the
probably Schlitz malt liquor is the other one.
Oldie, you'd have Oldie.
Yeah.
Or
Mickey's or Hurricane.
Mickey's for sure. Yeah.
The big mouth bottle. Yep, I remember those.
We would all probably more than likely. I know when we would have our little parties and stuff. You had to chug a 2020 first. It was like you got a bottle of 2020 and then you would drink. Whatever you was going to drink, but you had to crush a bottle of 2020 first, or sometimes Boone's Farm. Yeah, that's the way you got it started, and then you drink your Mickey's and all that. Yeah, that's the way that worked.
Wow. And did you ever think that as you've grown older, the people that age back then, at their age they are now, would be filming themselves doing that and putting it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's you know what, Bum, we are in with the BDU crowd today, man. This is the BDU show right here.
Yep.
Why did Jay Vega check in with us?
We haven't got malt liquored, but
we're malt liquoring ourselves.
Yeah, we're malt liquoring ourselves right here, man. There has not been this much cheap wine or malt liquor talk in quite some time on Share Beer. That is for sure. So
I'll tell you what, watching these videos of these guys, I learned so much about malt liquor over the last month or so. I've learned about Big Bear, which was discontinued a few years ago. Cold 45 double the malt. The old Cold 45 labels with Juicy J and Billy D. Williams on the front. Oh my God, I'm getting malt educated.
You know what? Okay, this is another question I have that came to mind right away before we have to close out. Do any of those guys homebrew malt liquor?
Oh no! You do not homebrew. They refer to homebrewers as homebrew scumbags.
Well, at least they like them.
No, they call us craft beer C-words and homebrew scumbags.
That's interesting, because now the same cats that would drink that would more than likely homebrew some whiskey.
It doesn't matter. They have a set of rules they follow. It's called the blueprint. The one fella, he always criticizes the one guy. He says, yeah, I won't tell you who he is. He makes great videos though. He's hilarious. He talks about, I know you're brewing up that liquid Ebola in your bathtub.
Ebola. That is funny, man.
These guys are hilarious. Watching these videos is the most fun that I've had since I was watching the WWF in the early 80s. These guys are great performance artists, and the best of them are top class.
I have to find. There's got to be some pinky out stuff happening here within their ranks, because I imagine in order to be a true BDU dude, you probably got to go 40 in a bottle. If you're going can in the 24-ounce can, it's got to be like, oh man.
Well, no, they will allow cans, but some of them, the hardcore ones, you can't even do plastic bottles. It has to be glass bottles that you can tap on and get like an F-sharp note on it when you tap on it.
That's pinky out stuff right there.
Pinky out.
That's pinky out stuff, man. They're going highfalutin. They're doing the same thing we are. The same thing they're accusing us of doing, they're doing. Right?
And the only thing is, it's the grade of beer. That's all it is.
They crack open the bottle on camera, like we look for the smoke. They crack it open real close to the mic, and they say, "Listen to the sound of a craft beer C-word's neck cracking."
That's funny.
And there's never an opener involved in any of their beer.
No, there's not.
There's no openers in that beer at all. There's no need for an opener. It's everything can be done with your hand, baby.
Wow. As you were talking about, I just searched for BDU on YouTube, and there's I could be entertained. It sounds like entertained or occupied for months.
Yeah,
I will
pants, they have proper pants, so you can carry your bottles with you, I guess, right?
Now, see, I'm not even hip to that. I will privately message you guys with some of the top malt liquor drinkers, and these guys are absolutely hilarious. Jay Vega, they call them the Four Horsemen, and Jay Vega is one of them. Jay Vega is great.
Yeah. This may be naive, but what does BDU mean? What's that stand for?
It's the what is it?
Battle dress uniform, military stuff.
Now, is it beer?
Oh, okay.
No, it's something else.
Beer Drinkers United.
Yeah.
But within Beer Drinkers United, you have the MLDC, the Malt Liquor Drinking Club.
Definitely send that, because I'm looking for
within the YTDC, the YouTube drinking community.
You are hip to the scene, Bum.
The amount of acronyms, right?
Yeah.
That's actually funny, because the amount of Ruben's right. The amount of acronyms for the people that are involved in this, that takes a lot of thought. Like you don't picture that much thinking going on. And they're actually pinky out. They're actually all pinky out.
Yeah, they just don't want to admit it.
They don't want to admit it because they can't.
Anytime you come up with an acronym and a proper way of doing stuff, that's completely pinky out.
Completely pinky. That couldn't be more opposite of what we actually are. But their idea of us, right, is perfect. I love that. That is great. Yeah, they're actually more pinky out than we are, right? You have to do this. You have to do that. We don't have any rules.
Oh, and I will also say this. There's a dispute in the MLDC over whether you can go on Google Hangouts or not. The chairman of the MLDC.
The chairman. This is excellent.
The chairman says no Google Hangouts. His saying is Google Hangouts, where washed up YouTube video makers go to die.
Oh my God. Hey, what day and time are they drinking the purple Kool-Aid, man?
Purple Kool-Aid.
All right.
This is so fun, man. I like that. So we need a chairman. How come we don't have a chairman? Man, what's up with that?
I don't know. We have an official statistician.
Yeah, we have a statistician. Yeah. We have a few positions, I guess, but
Now they make fun of us being pinky out. They're more pinky out than us.
They're more pinky out than we
are. Especially if you have a certain dress code.
Yeah, they have a dress code. They have an actual chairman. They have
you're supposed to cam up when you make your videos. You have to wear a ski mask or a wrestling mask.
Yeah, they're like Mexican wrestlers. That's how they dress. They dress like Mexican wrestlers.
or a bandana over your face. You have to, yeah,
Okay.
they call it camming up.
Because they're afraid that they don't want to be seen as pinky out, but they really are.
They don't want to be identified. That's all. They're just
they say because it's not about them. It's about the malt liquor. The malt liquor is the star of the show, not them.
That's
totally
amazing.
pinky out. Totally pinky out.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I like Joe. I like Joe's reaction. Double face palm.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God.
that actually might qualify as camming up.
Yeah,
that's actually
That's funny. Yeah, they make fun of craft, and there are lots of craft beer geeks that are totally into pinky out, and I will
trust
admit
me,
that.
yeah.
And there's anything, but yeah, they're as pinky out as anybody else in any other hobby or pursuit
Even
that's
more.
pinky out.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're more pinky out than wine people, for Christ's sake. Like, wine people are
I
pretty.
am not drinking Merlot. Remember that? What movie was that from?
Yeah, dude. I mean, they're more upset and more uptight than wine people, bro.
Yeah.
And that's like a pretty uptight group right there.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they might as well be drinking Bordeaux or something. I mean, that's like French.
Yeah, they're more. That's more pinky out than some of your hardcore cigar people, man. I mean, there's some serious.
I mean, that holds true. The more you, in anything, the more people go on somebody else for being that means they're just as much or more.
Yeah, you're there, right? You're at that
there.
point,
and
right?
you just don't want to admit it, so you want to deflect it to somebody else. So they're as pinky out as anybody else. That's all I gotta say.
That is funny. Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that, Bob. I'm glad I asked, man.
I think the show title should be BDU for you.
I've been fascinated with this stuff for like the last 6 weeks, 2 months now. It's
I'm looking forward to your private message because I want to get into the heart of BDU.
Yeah,
it's like the greatest soap opera I've ever watched.
Which means if there's a soap opera, it's pinky out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we've got to have a good show title for this one. This has got to be the BDU show. Should we do the BDU show? That would really attract a lot of
Goonbag BDU show.
Pinky out.
Pinky out, Goonbag BDU.
The BDU Pinky Out show. BDU Pinky Out show.
There you go. Oh, by the way, Joe, I liked your date on the last beer show that you did. 3:35:17.
Yeah, you like that? That's perfect, isn't it? Yeah, I see. That's part of our thing. We invent new days of the year. We have our own calendar here on Share a Beer, man.
Right. Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, we have our own calendar. Oh yeah, and I need to mention. I know this is super late. I should have done this at the beginning. But Zach from Chain Reaction Brewing came down. You've probably seen my post on Google Plus. If you haven't, check it out. That's where the image is at. We had a fantastic visit, man. Had some damn good beers over there at Goldwater Brewing here in Scottsdale. Awesome time, man. You know, if you haven't been to Old Town Scottsdale, downtown Scottsdale, whatever you want to call it, it's a blast, man. You'll see any amount of $1 million plus supercars rolling down the street as you're having beer, and lots of girls in bikinis on fancy golf carts and with sound systems and everything. It's a good time, man. It's nice. So great visit. Love meeting his family and everything. And he had an announcement, so I'll wait and see if he comes on at some point and announces that himself. I don't want to ruin his surprise. So, but great visit. If anybody else wants to come down, give me a little bit of a heads up. I mean, he kind of let me know a couple months before that he was coming, so give me a little bit of a heads up. And if you're coming on a weekend, then we'll definitely hook up and have a beer, man. I know Ruben's been out before and it didn't quite work out, but we'll definitely do it again. That's for sure, man. But yeah, it was such a good time, man. His little girl's cute as hell. Yeah, I had a great time talking with her, man. She was fun. She's like 3.5 or something like that. Same age as my nephew, basically. And they were great, man. So
yeah, thank
you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it, man. Quite the show. Man, someone's got like a racetrack happening there or something. What's going on there? Oh, that's still Thomas.
Is that me?
Yeah. So,
God damn it.
in any case, man, take care. Man. We'll see y'all next up, man. Later.
See ya.
See you Friday, Joe.
Yeah, Friday,
Yeah.
sure, man. Absolutely.